Yay. Can you see me yet? Can you see me yet? Yay, you can. Okay, happy new moon, everybody. Woo! You've seen a lot of me today. Hopefully you're not tired of me yet. Welcome to the Sage Goddess Prosperity New Moon in Taurus ceremony for 2019. And I'm going to say this, I probably sound like I'm repeating myself because I've been telling people this all day. This is the most important new moon of 2019 for manifesting prosperity and wealth. There's lots of different forms of prosperity, but this day is best aspected astrologically and energetically for the manifestation of material prosperity. Money, resources, things, people to support you to make your dreams come true. And I will say, I'm one of those people who says that prosperity is your divine birthright. I think everyone should have access to prosperity, material prosperity. And just because you have it doesn't mean I won't. There's enough for all of us to have what we seek. And so I want you tonight to engage a new mindset of optimism, of expansiveness. If you're going to make prosperity happen in 2019, it's going to start tonight. And if you raise a good frequency with me tonight, I promise you, it will unfold in perfect time and in ways that surprise you. I manifest well, and I have studied manifestation for a long time. Today I just announced that Sage Goddess bought Rotoco, which is one of the largest wholesalers of gemstones in the world. So we now own that company. We're going to be coming to all of the national gem shows, Tucson, Denver, Springfield, Costa Mesa. You're going to see the big Sage Goddess Rotoco tent. And that is a manifestation of my intention to expand Sage Goddess and to be able to help people bring Sage Goddess products to their customers, to their retail customers. And so to be able to announce that today on the new moon, we were supposed to announce it like 2 weeks ago. I was so much more excited to announce it today because it's the new moon in prosperity, right? New moon in Taurus. And so, so anyway, what I want to tell you is, and you have to go with me for the journey. Anything that you desire is possible for you. But do you know why most people don't manifest? And thank you for the congratulations, by the way. Cheers to that. We bought Rotoco about 2 months ago, but we haven't been able to announce it because we had to set up the website, because now you're going to be able to shop wholesale through sagegoddess.com/Rotoco. And by the way, if you are a reseller, or if you have a local metaphysical shop where you want to see Sage Goddess and Rotoco products being sold, send them to sagegoddess.com/Rotoco. We are manually approving each application, so it's going to take us a couple of weeks, but as soon as you're approved, you'll be set free to go shop, and then all of your wholesale items will be shipped directly to you. 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, which is pretty exciting. Do you know what my intention was? My intention, and this was a year ago, was to shift the way people experience wholesale gemstone shopping. Most people only sell their products at Tucson, and then you can't buy from them any other time for the rest of the year. My intention was, I think you should be able to shop wholesale at midnight on a Thursday and receive it at your shop the next week right to your door. And we manifested that. If you're going to manifest something, there are a few secrets to success, okay? The first one is you have to set intentions at the new moon. And no, by the way, Cassandra, this is global. We already sell retail around the world, but now we're going to be selling wholesale around the world. As long as you have a reseller's license in a related industry, any shop, online or brick and mortar in any country around the world can buy Sage Goddess wholesale products online, which is pretty exciting. You have to set an intention, and the new moon is the best night of the month to do that. That's what you have tonight. The new moon is a clean slate. I call it placing a cosmic order. What do you want, right? And then you have to hold that vision. It would be easy for me to set an intention, and then as soon as something doesn't go my way, or somebody's like, oh, you can't do that, it'd be easy for me to go, well, never mind, I give up. My secret, if there is a secret, is that I never give up. I believe, and then when I'm done believing, I believe, and then when I'm done believing, I believe. And I visualize and I focus and I give thanks for blessings already on their way. I willingly receive resources from sources seen and unseen. And I don't care who tells me what. And I always tell people, when I was starting Sage Goddess, Most people were like, that may not work. And what if you're not successful and everything? And then, of course, as soon as you are successful, people are like, I always knew you were going to be successful. You can't wait to set intentions until you have a bunch of people supporting you. It may just be you supporting you for a little while until people start to see the results of your manifestation. And then they become believers. And you know what? That's okay, right? But you're going to have to believe for you. When I'm really working on big magic, I don't talk about it a lot. Because I want to make sure that every particle of energy that's going toward that vision is completely in support of and alignment with it. And so the more you talk about it, if people are kind of naysayers and you start doubting, guess what happens to the frequency that you raised? It goes, and all of a sudden your vision is gone. It's like letting the air out of a balloon. So you're going to have to set an intention tonight. You're going to have to hold that vision. And then when it comes to pass, you know what you do? Thank you. The day we signed the paperwork to purchase Rotoco from two human beings that I love so much, who are leaders in the gemstone industry in the United States and around the world, I mean, huge progress for us. I just sat and wept and said, thank you. You cannot doubt. And so it doesn't matter who you talk to, what they say, you have to hold that vibration. Are you ready for this work tonight? I think you are. I think you're ready for it. Well, and so Cody said, it's hard because I'm not sure if I should support this dream or go for another dream. What does your heart tell you? The only mistakes I've ever made in my life, honestly, were when I didn't listen to my heart. When I listened to my mind, or when I followed somebody's opinion, because I thought they knew better, when it was contradictory to what was on my own heart. Those have been the moments in my life when I've made mistakes. When I have listened to my heart, followed my heart, trusted my heart, it has never led me wrong. So if something's on your heart, and I even teach my kids this, if something's on your heart, it was placed there for you. And so start to listen to it more. Like, start tonight, make a commitment tonight. Let that be one of your intentions. I'm going to start to listen more, right? But isn't it true? Janet said when she second guessed herself, right? It was when she made mistakes. As soon as you stop listening, you head into danger zone. And so listen, focus, right? And pay attention. Ask yourself, if you don't know where to start tonight, ask yourself, what do I love to do? If I gave you an hour to yourself and told you could do anything you wanted, you could have anything you wanted for that hour, money's no object, space is no object, you could do anything with an hour, I'm giving it to you. What would you do? Your answer to that question will tell you everything. Because what you would do with a free hour, if money wasn't an issue, if time wasn't an issue, if space wasn't an issue, is where you need to pour your fountain of energy. When I have an hour to myself, I do energy work. Still, I play with rocks. I go live on Instagram to play with rocks with other people. But that's what I do when I have an hour to myself. That's why I know that what I do with you, this isn't a show I put on. This is my life. I'm going to go home after I'm done with you tonight, and I'm going to do solitary ritual on myself outside, or with myself outside, and extend the work that we're doing tonight. I don't do this here and then go home and like I have some other life. This is my love, my passion, my desire, my belief. This is the root of my religious values and my spiritual grounding. And so it's everything to me, right? And so you got to find your everything to you. What is your everything to you? It could be how you take care of your children. It could be serving food to others. It could be volunteering. It could be finding new pathways to healing. I don't know what what you do with your 1 hour, but that is your heart and soul. You know what I mean? I love you guys. Thank you for being there tonight. Listen. And if you don't know what you're listening for, ask yourself tonight. Close your eyes right now. What would I do with an hour? If nobody was going to bug me, I could have anything I wanted, and I was all by myself. And let your soul guide you. Right? Gardening could be it for some of you, and so maybe that's where you need to pour your energy. What if gardening is your passion, and so you find a way to help other people learn how to garden? Maybe you start teaching classes locally. Maybe you start something online where you share your garden and you share your gardening tips. Maybe you start a blog. Maybe you open a little shop where you sell people crystals that they can put in their garden to enhance the way their plants grow. Maybe you go on Instagram and you once a week you go live in your garden to get people inspired to start planting plants and healing with the earth. Maybe you start a nonprofit company where you you help to raise funds to protect the earth and her natural resources, right? Like how do you create beauty? And we create beauty in different ways. When I mother my children, I create beauty. When I work in my garden, I create beauty. When I design new products for Sage Goddess, I create beauty. I believe that. And I think we are all here to create beauty in different ways. And so how you're going to create it isn't how I'm going to create it. And that's exactly how it's meant to be. That's why I always tell people you cannot copy your way to greatness. That will never work. You have to find out what your song is, your heart song. And your heart has a song. Your heart song might be weird too. I'm just going to say, can I just tell you that Sage Goddess may seem really normal to you, but can I tell you that when I founded Sage Goddess, it was weird. It was weird to my friends. It was weird to my family. I mean, they weren't surprised because I've been into all this since I was a kid, but still it was like, really? Like, that's going to be your job? It was weird. And that's okay. I was like, well, it might be weird to you, but it's super awesome to me. And I'm going to see if I can make that happen. And now it's like, oh yeah, Sage Goddess. But, at the beginning it was like, really? That's why you have to be your own cheerleader. You have to be your own support system. I always tell people, I started from nothing. Sage Goddess started from nothing. And I never took a loan out for it. I couldn't afford to. I couldn't afford to invest in it. And so it started with nothing. And just as I grew, I put a little bit more back in, a little bit more back in. So if I can do it, you can do it. I had 2 small children. I had just been diagnosed with a incurable progressive neurological disease. Do you know what I mean? If anybody had a lot of strikes against them, it was probably me. So if I can do it, you can do it. And I want you to start tonight. I want you to ask yourself, how do I create beauty? Right? Julie pours soaps and candles, and that's how she creates beauty. Fantastic, right? That is your fingerprint. That is your signature. And again, through food, through nature, through the way you raise your children, through the way you teach children, through the way you interact with your community, through the way that you support your elders, maybe. I mean, some of you are caregivers, some of you are school teachers. Think about how you create beauty in this world, and let's celebrate it and manifest it tonight. Now, for part of our ritual tonight, I'm going to turn the camera down so that you can see my situation here. We are lighting 7 candles tonight because we are going to call in prosperity from the 7 directions. I'm so excited for tonight's ritual. We're working with buffalo energy. The perfume for tonight, by the way, is called Wakan, which is one of the names of God, of course. And Wakan has tobacco absolute in it. It's a very powerful and sacred offering to Great Spirit. And so if you were with me for Beltane, you're going to recognize this. I'm going to add a couple of things to my Beltane box tonight, as well as my honey jar that I made with my students this afternoon. So if you have your tools from other classes and activities that we've been doing this week and you want to add additional items, you can totally use this ritual as an opportunity to do that. I went and got a citrine point because I wanted to add that. So we're getting creative tonight. And if you don't have any supplies or any tools, I want you to do the ritual with me. We're going to call in the energy of the 7 directions, and you can work with it whether you're lighting the candles or not. Okay? Yeah, we had Beltane on Wednesday after Soul Shift. Then today we had our honey jar crafting class for Soul Shift, and then New Moon tonight. So you guys have seen me a lot. Don't worry, you get the weekend off, and I won't bother you again until Monday. Yeah, and so Mia's Touch is I'm laying in bed and just listening. Great. I hope you enjoy it. My intention tonight is that this experience is going to be sweet and inspiring and heart-opening, and it's going to create a beautiful platform upon which you can build your visions and dreams for the year ahead. That's my intention for tonight. I don't know what Monday is, but I'll probably be live with you. We don't have anything official on Monday. But you know that I can't stay away too long. I start missing you guys after a couple days. Okay, so Wakan perfume, just so you know the notes in it, is patchouli, tobacco, and white sage. So truly, and they're all pure. You can tell by the way the oil is in the bottle. We had to cook those resins down, and so this is something to carry in your medicine bag, something to have on your sacred altar, because it's white sage, which is clearing, tobacco absolute, which is a beautiful offering to Great Spirit. And so it's sort of your automatic go-to blend. And then patchouli, which is grounding and attracts prosperity, which is the connection between these tools tonight and the energy of this Taurus new moon. So good. Okay, so let's talk briefly about Taurus new moon before I switch gears to talking about tools. Let me reattach my little candle here. You may want to attach your candles to a surface so that they don't fly away on you, which you light the bottom of your candle and then you stick it down. And it'll dry and it'll attach your candle to any surface. That's just a little tip with your SG candles. Sarah loves patchouli because it's a throwback to her early hippiness. I wear patchouli every day. And even when I don't wear it, it's in my clothes because I've worn the same clothes for several years. I don't like new clothes. And so even when I don't have patchouli on, people will be like, I can still smell it. And I'm thinking, that's because I also use patchouli clothing detergent. Did you know you can add your essential oils to your detergent? Oh, hells yes, you can. So greetings to you, Paula. Lovely to have you with us in Tennessee tonight, by the way. So I'll walk you through all the directions and all the colors. And then perfume is Wakan, which is white sage, patchouli, and tobacco absolute. All right, so stay tuned. Let's talk about a Taurus new moon. Ready? Do any of you have your moon in Taurus? My moon is in Sagittarius, so that's not me. You love patchouli too? If you have a moon, your moon sign in Taurus, then tonight's extra special for you. Some of you do. And so what I want to tell you is this. Taurus is the sign of money. Taurus people know how to make money and they know how to save money. They're very, very smart when it comes to money. They also have a really fine appreciation for quality in items. Taurus would rather have, so you guys know, Taurus would rather have one nice thing than 5 shitty things. That's every Taurus I know. Leo would rather have 5 shitty things because Leo doesn't know when enough is enough. But Taurus is like, no, thank you, Leo. I want one nice thing, not 5 shitty things. And so what I always learned from Taurus, and by the way, Taurus is also natural artists, right? Especially moon in Taurus, like very artistic, really keen eye for beauty. Taurus can come into a room and like redesign it for you and not even like bringing anything new in. They can just come in and use what you already have. And you're like, how did you do that? And even kids, right? Candy saying her son is a Taurus with a Taurus moon. Candy, I bet even, as a young child, he has a keen sense or had a keen sense, right, for beauty. It's like even Taurus children, they kind of just know how to create, how to build, so I'm always, when someone applies for a job at Sage Goddess and they're a Taurus, like it's a huge feather in their cap. Because I collect Taurus people in my life because I'm inspired by them. They know beauty, they are beauty, they have beauty, they create beauty, and I'm always, searching for that. PK's got the best combination, right? Because she's Leo sun and Taurus moon. Except that would mean you want one nice thing and 5 shitty things, to use my earlier example, right? Okay, so we're working with that Taurus energy. A Taurus new moon is the most important new moon of any new moon for attracting prosperity because it's the money sign. Why is tonight so important? May is the 5th month of the year. 5 is the number of wealth. The herb in the herbal kingdom that attracts prosperity the best is called cinquefoil. Cinq in French means 5. Right? You think of the Hamza hand, right? Hamza in Arabic means 5, and it represents the 5 sacred blessings in the Jewish tradition. 5 is a very important number. 5 is the number of points of a star. Look at your human body. 1 head, 2 arms, 2 legs. You are a star, right? People say, you're a star, and I'm always like, quite literally I am. I have a head, I have 2 arms, and I have 2 legs. And if I stand like this, I'm a star, right? And so, right, cinco in Spanish, right, is 5. So when you start to, like, I'm an etymologist by training. I have expertise in the history and the lineage of words. And so I love peeling back the layers to figure out what the origins of our language are all about, because then you start to see all the connections between things, right? And the world gets more magical. Cinco de Mayo, right, the 5th of May, 5, the 5th month of the year. I did a pre-recorded, by the way, 5-5 ritual for you for Sunday. And the reason I pre-recorded it is our community is global. And so whatever your time zone is, I want you to watch it at 5:55. You can watch it at 5:55 in the morning. You can watch it at 5:55 in the evening. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter what time zone you're in. But 555, if you watch the 5-5 ritual on May 5th at 5:55, and use the 5 stones that are in the set and all of those things, you're raising all of those frequencies and vibrations, and you're going to attract more prosperity energy to you. It's fun, right? I'm glad you guys are excited about that too. Yes, set your alarm. On 5-5, I set my alarm morning and night. I get up at 5:55 in the morning. If you want to know what my life's going to be like on Sunday, even though it's a day off, I will be up at 5:55 in the morning, praying, meditating, calling in. What I'm going to do on 5-5, in case you want to follow my lead, my AM ceremony is going to be for the planet, and my PM ceremony is going to be for me. So at 5:55 in the morning, I'm going to wake up in the morning, do ceremony, calling in prosperity energy for all of you, for our planet, calling in all the resources that we need to heal and transform and grow and evolve and manifest. And then at 5:55 p.m., I'm going to do ceremony a second time, but focusing the energy on myself. So that's my personal plan. I'm glad that's resonating with you. I always like to call in prosperity for others. And this goes back to my earlier point. I am not one of those metaphysical people, like it or not, who's like, oh, money, we shouldn't talk about money. You shouldn't want to have money. You shouldn't manifest money. I think that's ridiculous. I think you should experience prosperity in whatever way you define it. And if you have it, that doesn't mean there's less for me. We have an abundant universe. We have to get rid of or past these old mindsets that say like, oh, money's bad or you shouldn't have it. I mean, we live in a capitalist society and you have to be able to buy things. And so I think it's fair for you to say, I would like to have enough to support my family, to not have to worry, to be able to experience beauty, to be able to relax, to pursue perfect health. Like, I'm sorry, but I am not one of those people who's like, oh, we shouldn't talk about it. We shouldn't have it. Other people shouldn't have it. I'm going to be jealous if they have it. If that's your vibe, I'm probably not your cup of tea, I will say. Because I think that's kind of a facade. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't think people are really being honest when they say that. I think they are saying what they think other people want to hear. But I'm here to tell you, I hope you have everything that you seek. In this very moment, I am calling in not my prosperity, but yours. And I hope that under this new moon, that every intention you set tonight for your personal prosperity and wealth and abundance and everything that you seek, I hope it comes to pass for you in perfect time. I hope it exceeds your expectations. I hope it comes faster than you think it will. I hope it comes in a magical form that inspires you. And I hope it exceeds all of your expectations. And when you manifest, I'm going to celebrate with you. Because what I believe is, if you do well, I think you're also going to do good. Most people who manifest prosperity, who are spiritual, share it with other people. Do you know? Like, so I hope that you're going to attract everything that you desire. And yes, so if you bought a labradorite ring, that's what I'm doing with the rings tonight. There's a few left. I'm actually doing the ceremony right after our ritual here in this room. And I'm setting an intention for each ring that was sold today. These are labradorite rings that are in the shop today. I'm setting an intention with each ring and blowing into it that whoever wears this ring will manifest the prosperity they seek in the months ahead. To get one in time, you'd have to go and buy it right now. And I kind of want you to stay with me, but it's up to you. Do you guys have any questions before we dig in? Oh, that's awesome, Mia's Touch. I can't wait to bless them for you. And Debbie got one. That's very cool. Kat wants a new job. I wish for you. I wish for you every opportunity, every blessing that you seek. And I think the more we can be honest about that and share in each other's joy and celebration, the more our planet will evolve and heal. I really do believe that. Aho, that's right, Esme, your rings. I'm actually wearing, these are not mine. These are the rings from today. So two of you have rings that I've had in my hands all day long too. I hope that's okay. Sometimes I'm like, do they mind if I wear their jewelry for a little while? But I kind of fell in love with these earlier. But these are going to you as well. So enjoy those. Yeah, absolutely. You can use anything tonight that you feel called to use. I want you to use your intuition when you gather your tools and decide what you're working with. So let us get started. By the way, just to tell you one last thing before we start, did you know that there's free citrine perfume with every purchase at sagegoddess.com today? Yeah, it's a good shopping day. Well, Angela, Team SG will note that. Angela wants one of the ones that I'm wearing. So if we can make that happen for you, I will do my best. Okay, you guys, you ready? Woo! Let's do some ritual. I am ready for this. Been waiting for this day for a long time. Okay. And so we are going to, I'm going to call in the guardians of the 7 sacred directions. Once I open our circle, I have a beautiful new drum that was made for me. And it was made for me at a new moon. And so I'm playing it tonight for the first time at a new moon. So I'm very excited to be working with that drum. Okay, so I want you to roll your shoulders back, call your energy into present time, which just means be here now with me. Just relax and soften into this moment. Let yourself enjoy. You know, the next half hour is going to shape the course of your destiny in the 7 months ahead. So take it seriously, focus, relax, right? Soften. And so I want you to imagine that out of your left hand extends the most beautiful divine beam of white light. And that beam of light is going to extend out of your left hand and wind its way all the way around our beautiful circle, which includes people from all over the world tonight. So grateful that you're here, truly. And to be here live is special. So thank you for taking an hour out of your evening to be with me and all of us. It's very common for your hands to get warm and kind of tingly, and when that energy comes back to you after having wound itself around the earth, you'll be holding the circle between your left and your right hand. And I want you to feel that energy move through your right hand up to your right elbow, over your shoulder, and let it sort of wash through your chakras. Let it just bathe your root chakra, helping you to feel safe and connected, protected, grounded tonight. Letting it wash over your sacral chakra, helping you feel passionate and sensual this evening. Enjoy the scents and the smells and the fire and the textures of this evening. Allow your sacral chakra to introduce you to this level of sensuality. Your solar plexus, which is right above your belly button, is your center of power. Give thanks right now for your power. Set an intention for how powerful you want to feel in the cycle ahead as you tap into that sacral chakra or that solar plexus chakra. Summoning your deepest level of divine empowerment tonight. And then your heart chakra, letting that white light of our circle wash over your heart, filling you with compassion and sensitivity and love, and healing. Let it wash over your throat chakra, opening up your center of truth and authenticity. Over your third eye, letting it wash over your center of inner knowing, deep wisdom. And then letting it wash over your crown chakra, enhancing your connection to source frequency, helping to remind you of the cycles of nature, connecting you to the realms above you, the Akashic records, cosmic library, wisdom of all time and place. And so now welcoming the guardians of the 7 sacred gateways to be with us. perspective on prosperity and welcoming prosperity from all directions. Creating spaciousness around what we think we deserve, what we think we're worthy of. And we welcome you into the ceremony space this evening. Guardians of the South, fire guardians of transformation, thank you for opening the doorway to change tonight, the doorway to courage. Help us to burn through old mindsets, limited beliefs that hold us back. In the South, we release fear. So many of you have to stop being afraid. Set fear down tonight in the South. We welcome you into the circle this evening. And Guardians of the West, you govern flow. Sacred waters of prosperity that flow, flowing from Kuan Yin with compassion and healing, flowing from Lakshmi with optimism and trust. Help us to seek the river of prosperity tonight. We welcome you into the ceremony space. And Guardians of the North, we thank you for strengthening us, for grounding us, for protecting us. Tonight we tap into grandfather energy, grandmother energy. Teach us how to manifest in a good way, to fulfill the destinies of our lineages. We welcome you into the ceremony space this evening. Guardians of the upper realm, the as above, keepers of the Akashic wisdom, records of what was, what is, what shall always be. We ask for your support, your inspiration. We welcome you into the ceremony space this evening. Guardians of the middle world, the here and now where we will manifest what we seek. Bless us with the right communities, the right support. Teach us how to be in good relationship. The plants and the trees and the fruits and the flowers, herbal kingdom. We welcome you into the ceremony space this evening. And Guardians of the lower realm, And we give thanks. And together we say, Amen Aho. And so it is. Anchoring that wisdom into your body, allowing it to rise up through your energetic system, to flow through that central channel, extending that energy out across our circle tonight. It's beautiful. There's an incredible vibration in our community and in our feed and between us. So I hope you're enjoying it. That just feels delicious. Thank you for bringing your energy to this space. The power of it is a function of you. So thank you for being here. Aho to that. Okay. I'm going to turn my camera down so that we can play with candles and with crystals. That's so awesome. Debbie used her drum for the first time tonight with me. Sorry while I straddle my chair, but I was having trouble getting comfortable earlier. I was starting to look kind of naughty when I was doing that with my students, but I was like, give me a minute to get comfy here. Okay, this is our situation. So what we have here is one candle and one stone to represent the 7 sacred directions, the guardians of whom I just welcomed and invoked. Thank you for that, Jeff Miller, by the way. This is from Louis Krieg at Stone Age in Glastonbury, UK. And I treasure it. It's one of my favorite things. And I'm grateful to him for his magic and bringing that incredible tool to life. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so this is what we're working with tonight. And the medicine, we've been working with different spirit animals every new moon this year. And the medicine tonight is really buffalo medicine. And what buffalo medicine represents is using all of your resources. And I don't even like to use the word use. Aligning with all of your resources, making the most of the resources at your fingertips, and learning to work with your resources in a good way. One where there's a reciprocity, an exchange of energy. So while I'm lighting these candles, I'm receiving energy from them, but I'm also sending energies of gratitude to them. While I'm working with these crystals, I'm also giving thanks back to Pachamama for birthing them. And so there should be an ongoing reciprocity. And I think that's what creates wealth and prosperity. If you just take, it's hard to succeed. You have to take and give and receive and give and take and give and receive and give. There has to be a constant, what we call sacred exchange or sacred reciprocity in order for magic to happen. And so you constantly have to be asking yourself, how can I give back? What can I offer? And so tonight, as you're calling in energy for yourself, say a little blessing or prayer for our planet. Our planet needs our help right now. Right? I mean, by any climate report you look at, Gaia is challenged at the moment. So let's also, while we are receiving and calling in and being in good relationship with her tools, let's also send blessings and prayers back in an act of sacred reciprocity. Aho to that. Okay, so we're going to start with the East, as we always do. And I'm going to walk you through, and what we're going to do is, as we light each candle, we're going to call in prosperity from that direction. And if you don't have the tools, guess what? I'm calling it in for you, okay? So we're going to begin in the East, as we always do. Oh, and Guardians of the East, we're so grateful to greet you this evening. East represents eagle medicine, right? Energies of flight. In the East, what we're able to do is rise above our current circumstances to engage a new perspective. Think of the East, you guys, as an open doorway, like just energy flowing through, new ideas, inspiration, potential, prosperity. What I want you to do right now is just imagine opening that door. You're opening the Eastern door right now. And so if a wave of inspiration, if a wave of new ideas, if a wave of spacious potential was coming your way, what would that look like? And I want you to imagine, close your eyes and imagine that you are opening an Eastern doorway. And so tonight, Guardians of the East, we call upon you to bring us prosperity of the East, which is prosperity of thinking in a new way, allowing new energies to unfold, creating something new. These are all Eastern energies that you can engage. So what does that look like for you? Like for Camille, she's mentioning that it's balance, right? And for Catherine, this is writing. So Catherine, for you in this Eastern Gateway, what I want to see come in is time for you to write, a beautiful space for you to write, a bounty, like a buffet of new ideas coming to you and inspiration from all directions, right? And so the stone at the east is yellow jasper. And let me tell you, do you know what this stone is all about? This stone tells you that you are enough. And so in the East, we call in energies of expansiveness, new beginnings, and knowing that we are the magic. You are already enough. You don't have to change anything. You don't have to fix anything. You came fully equipped from your manufacturer with all of the necessary parts that you need to create beauty on this planet. You just have to believe it. In our society, we keep saying, oh, when I learn more, or when I take a class, or when I get my degree, or when I lose 20 pounds, like we postpone destiny. No more postponing destiny. Okay? That's awesome. Mark says he's wearing yellow jasper. I love that so much. Okay. And so I want you to close your eyes, visualize, receive. That's going to be our theme for tonight. Close your eyes, visualize, receive. Okay? Imagine what that will look like for you. Doors open to the East. And Guardians of the East, we thank you for blessings already on their way. Actually, you know what? They want me to leave it lit. Good enough. I will do that. Okay. Now we turn to the South. In the South, we're working with almandine garnet, which creates a beautiful grounding platform. I always teach energy has to be grounded to be useful. And so with almandine garnet, we bring thought into reality. We manifest thought in material form, okay? And so in the South, here we engage the element of fire. And so I want you to imagine for a moment, and Guardians of the Southern Gateway, we ask for fire energy this evening. Help us to burn through old patterns, old mindsets, old beliefs that are holding us back. Help us to release fear. This is a new moon. It's great for releasing. Honestly, if I could get you guys to do one thing tonight, I'm going to look at you too without setting myself on fire. Let's see if I can bring it down just a little bit because I don't want to not see you. If I could get you to do one thing tonight, I would get you to release fear. Fear is what keeps us from manifesting. You cannot be afraid. Fear will stop you in your tracks every single time. And Heather, all you do is you release fear and you try to listen and follow the breadcrumbs. Are you releasing fear tonight? I love it that you are. So here in the South, Guardians of the Fire Gateway, help us to release and surrender fear tonight. We are not going to be afraid. We are going to be bold. We're going to be courageous. We're going to be excited. We're going to engage a youthful enthusiasm about our lives and our potential. And we are going to completely surrender old patterns, old beliefs. I come from an immigrant family that survived war, right? So you want to talk about fear? It's nothing but fear. So I'm releasing anything from my lineage tonight that's holding me back, old beliefs, old patterns that don't belong to me anymore, right? And Cody, I see you. Cody says, I want to release fear even though that makes me fearful. Fear feels safe to us, you guys, because we think if we stay afraid that we'll prevent anything from happening. You know what I mean? And it's like, you have to recognize you're not in control and just surrender. Ride the roller coaster. Do you know what I mean? If you try to micromanage a roller coaster, what happens? Release it, let it go. Okay? And we thank you, Guardians of the South. And we welcome your energy into the ceremony space this evening. Courage is in the South, stamina is in the South, right? So we turn the wheel now, and we engage the Guardians of the West. And Guardians of the West govern prosperity, you guys. In Feng Shui, water is the prosperity element, right? That's exactly right. And so here in the West, this is mother energy, nurturing, softness, flow, surrender, let go. You know what I mean? Ride the roller coaster. Stop trying to micromanage everything. Trust the process a little bit more. Receive, right? This is all divine feminine energy in the Western quadrant. So receive, be open, allow, right? So this is West. This is blue on the medicine wheel. West is blue or black. But here we're choosing to make it blue. So that's the color you're looking at. And then your stone, I believe, in the west is onyx, which is a really good stone for surrendering, for allowing, and for moving into flow. And onyx also will help you if you've been releasing a lot of fear in the south. This onyx medicine in the west will also support you in that process of releasing. And so, guardians of the west, we ask that you allow the floodgates of prosperity to open from the western gateway. We call in water magic and water medicine tonight from all directions. We see prosperity coming to us like little tiny waves on massive oceans, and we just allow and accept and receive with so much gratitude tonight all of this western energy. We ask, guardians of the western gateway, that you embrace us like a mother, nurture us through our releasing of this fear, help us to feel supported, bring emotional resources to us to help us feel connected, and remind us of our passion and our purpose and why we're here to do the things that you're calling upon us to do. Help us to do it in a good way. And we give thanks and welcome you into the space. And then in the north, we have a black candle. We had a lot of directions this time, so we're really trying to align as well as we could to the directional energies. And this is white catch-along opal, which is a brand new stone to us. This is the stone of hope. Isn't that beautiful? It's called, again, catch-along opal, and it's for hope and optimism. And so in the north, we welcome the guardians of the northern gateway. We ask that you open that northern gateway and help prosperity to flow to us from the north. This looks like strength, stability, grounding, and protection. This looks like hope and optimism and feelings of safety and encouragement. Give us the strength we need, please. Give us the support. Give us the encouragement, the hope, the optimism. There's a tenderness in the north too. It's like grandfather medicine in the north. You know, it's like everything's going to be okay. Take your time, right? And so that's northern medicine. And so guardians of the north, we give thanks for your support, your encouragement, your stability, your wisdom, your hope, and your optimism. In the north, it's like it really enhances the medicine of the south, because here you don't need to be afraid. You've got grandfather medicine here. Grandfather's going to protect you, look out for you, teach you how to avoid obstacles. Like, this is like safe, secure zone. So enjoy that energy of the south. And then guardians of the upper world gateway. That is your white candle and your rhodochrosite stone. And what a beautiful night to use rhodochrosite, given that I just announced that I bought the company that has access to all of the rhodochrosite in the world. The irony, the beauty of that irony is really special for me tonight. So this is now a stone in the world that Sage Goddess owns. And this is the preeminent stone of love. And that's what the upper gateway, the Akashic gateway, the angelic gateway, the upper world, that's what it represents. The most divine, unconditional source of love and wisdom of the Akashic records that you can ever access, right? Okay. So guardians of the upper world, we ask that you open the angelic gateways for us tonight. You open the Akashic gateways so that prosperity can flow to us from the angels, from those cosmic libraries. We ask that you supply us with the intuition, the wisdom, the foresight that we need to be successful in what we're trying to create on this planet. We ask that you infuse our beauty with an angelic magic that other people can see and feel and touch and recognize, right? Isn't that beautiful? And so we give thanks to the guardians of the upper realm for opening this gateway tonight to a deeper level of prosperity and angelic connection than we've ever experienced before. And then the green candle represents the middle world, and your stone there is fire opal. This is the here and now. This is everybody in your physical life who guides you, supports you. This is all of us. This is us for each other. You know what I mean? This is our community. This is our family. This is our relations on this planet. This is our access to Gaia. This is Gaia herself. And so, guardians of the middle world, we ask that you open the central gateway this evening to our prosperity. And as you bless us with prosperity, I ask that you bless our entire planet. We ask that you provide us with the access we need to people, places, and resources on this planet at this time who will help us to manifest our dreams in perfect time. We ask that you help us feel connected and supported instead of alone or isolated, so that we feel like we're working in community and we have the love and support and guidance that we need. And we give thanks for your presence this evening. And then last but not least, isn't it beautiful? Paul, it's so true. For me, most truth that I find actually exists in nature. Because to me, truth is symmetry and beauty and balance and wisdom. And I find more of that in nature than I find anywhere else, truly. Nature is exquisite. I don't think it was until I really started working with plant medicine that I understood how exquisitely intricate and geometric and symmetrical nature is. She's a science all to herself, you know? And so, guardians of the lower realm, we ask that you open your gateway this evening. Shungite is our stone there to help purify the energies, right? To filter out what is no longer needed from us, which Gaia can do. This is a composting gateway, okay? And so we ask you to compost for us, to take from us what we can no longer carry, to filter out for us what is no longer in service to our highest good, as we seek to manifest a new dream, a new vision, a new creation in alignment with our soul path and the highest good of our planet at this time. And we thank you, guardians of the lower realm and the lower gateway, for opening access to your resources in support of our manifestation and prosperity this evening. And so I want you to take a moment to really look at this beauty. Isn't it amazing? One candle to represent each of the guardians, each of the gateways, one stone to represent each piece of that magic. And from here I gave you that little central slate plate because my vision was when we're done tonight, you can keep those candles there, and that plate will represent the 7 sacred directions on your altar. So even if you forget to call the directions or honor them for whatever reason, the energy's already held in that plate that Team SG designed. So I hope these are tools that should be on your altar for the rest of the year. Please don't put these away in a drawer. And those stone set can be used as a grid around your altar, around your bed. Can you imagine Dreamtime with stones representing the 7 gateways used as a grid around your bed or under your bed? Happy vision questing. And so I want you can use a wand for this, you can use anything you want, but I want you to, I'm using a double terminated quartz wand. I want you to extend it out as a wand across this grid and open a circle. And as you do, I want you to imagine that you are drawing a line between each of those flames, a sacred line. And so we call in these divine energies in service of our individual and collective prosperity tonight. I set the intention with all of you that your wishes and my wishes for prosperity, for expansion, for abundance, for wealth, for health, for happiness, whatever you are looking to expand in your life, I ask that your wishes and mine are granted in perfect time. I ask that they come as quickly as you need, that they reveal themselves to you in magical ways, and that they come in alignment with your soul path and purpose, your reason for incarnating in this lifetime, at this time, with me and all of us. I give thanks for your prosperity. I'm truly grateful for all that you're going to create, because I know that as you do well, you're also going to do good. And so I ask for blessings upon you, your family, and all of your relations tonight at this Taurus new moon and always. And so together we say, Amen, Aho, and so it is. It's true. We all win. It is really true. And I will tell you, that's the secret to it all. You can always tell somebody who's really done their soul work, because somebody who says we all win has really figured out the secret to it, that it's not a competition. That's a very Western thing. The more you have, the more space you create for everyone else to have what they desire as well. And so to unwind this energy, what I'm going to do is very carefully, we light the candles in a clockwise direction, a linear direction, and then we're going to extinguish them in the opposite direction. Take one more minute here, okay, to really visualize. If I come to you on December 31st this year and I say, did you do it? Did it happen? Did you manifest what you sought? How will you know? And I want you to hold that vision for just a minute right here. How will you know if 2019 unfolded with energies of prosperity and abundance and everything that you seek. How will you know? Crystallize it, feel it. How will you feel? Where will you be? What will you look like? What will you experience? What will people around you experience? How will you grow? How will you benefit? What will your laughter sound like? What will your ease sound like? What will your comfort feel like? What will that joy inside of you being rekindled? What will that be like? What will your relationship be like? Maybe it's a new relationship that you're calling in. I want you to see it, feel it, sense it, smell it, taste it. Engage all of your senses right now. This is like a big old birthday cake you're about to, you're making a wish with, okay? On the most powerful weekend of the year for you to do this with me. Aho. And so as we extinguish these candles, we send our wishes for prosperity and abundance on the winds with the guardians of the 7 sacred directions. And so guardians of the lower realm, we thank you for grounding our wishes into Gaia herself, for connecting us to the great grid of energy across our planet. We give thanks for blessings already on their way. And guardians of the middle world, we thank you. We thank you for the resources, time, space, help, community, love, compassion in real time, and blessings already on their way. And guardians of the upper world, we thank you. We thank you for wisdom, angelic blessings. We thank you for access to Akashic wisdom and records. We thank you for the beauty of protection that comes from the angelic kingdom, the hope and the optimism and the divine love from as above. And we are thankful for blessings already on their way. And then guardians of the north, we thank you. We thank you for grounding, stability, strength. We thank you for wisdom. We thank you for support and patience. We thank you for protection. And we're grateful for blessings already on their way. Guardians of the west, we thank you. We thank you for healing. We thank you for emotional intimacy. We thank you for prosperity and a massive flow of ease and abundance that's already on its way. We thank you for showing us the way to the river. And you can keep talking until the smoke stops. That's what I do. We thank you for the river of prosperity and flow. We thank you for ease. We thank you for comfort. We thank you for maternal love. And we're grateful for blessings already on their way. And guardians of the south, we thank you. We thank you for courage and stamina and a willingness to do the work. We thank you for transformation. We thank you for not having fear. We thank you for being brave. We thank you for not caring what other people think. We thank you for believing in even when people tell us that we shouldn't. We thank you for faith. We thank you for grandfather fire energy, which is all about structure and support. We thank you for playfulness and curiosity, which also comes from the south. And we are grateful for blessings that are already on their way. Guardians of the east, we thank you. We thank you for spaciousness, new ideas, new beginnings. We thank you for room to breathe and room to grow. We thank you for not judging, but instead creating space for all possibilities to be possible. We thank you for our breath of life, and we thank you for peaceful sleep and dreaming. We thank you for the blessings of a new dawn, and we thank you for blessings that are already on their way. Curiosity is a great one there too in the East, Kara, because the East definitely governs curiosity. Woo! Amen, aho, and so it is. Oh, you're so welcome, you guys. Thank you for being here tonight. Isn't it special? We've done some really good, powerful work here together tonight. And it's one of the most beautiful sunsets I've seen here in LA, by the way, in a long time. There isn't a cloud in the sky. The sun is big and bold in the sky. It's like everything is shining upon you in this moment. If you can just have faith and trust in yourself. And so, before we release the circle, I'm going to ask you one more time to just take 10 seconds here and focus your vision, your attention, and if you want to write it down, you can, or if you want to just say it quietly to yourself. What is your intention for prosperity for 2019? If you're successful at the end of the year, what will you have? I want you to close your eyes and send every piece of your energy in that direction. Ready? Close your eyes. Stay with me. Don't type or comment or anything. Just stay here and completely focus your energy for 10 seconds. So good. Oh, Heather, that's so fantastic. And thank you for that, Nicole. And it's okay. You know what I mean? It's okay if you have to stop and start and do part of this now and part of this later. Like, it's okay. You have 24 hours to do new moon work in Taurus before the moon transits to Gemini. That's what matters. And so the moon just transited from Aries to Taurus at about 4 p.m. Pacific time today, 3-4. So you have 24 hours now. And what I'm going to say to you is this. I'm going to release the guardians of the gateways in just a second. What I'm going to say to you is this. For the next 24 hours, no doubting, no fearing, no questioning. I want every waking thought you have to be, that's happening. It's already on its way. I'm grateful for it. I can see it unfolding. I have faith and I trust. Every single thought you have. Like, imagine you're feeding the dream. And every time you have a doubt or a fear or anxiety, you take food away from the dream. Okay, so it's almost like just decorate it. Put one more crystal on it or one more ornament on that tree, right? I believe, I trust, I know it's coming. I can see it, I can feel it, I'm allowing it, I surrender to it. I'm not afraid, I am fearless, I am courageous. Because at the end of the day, that is the difference between people who succeed and people who don't. It's really true. People who succeed are not any smarter than people who don't. They just don't give up. That's right. Karen's like, that dream is hungry. Sometimes I seem ridiculous, right? Like, I have big dreams and I'm always like, that's going to happen and that's going to happen and that's going to happen. And it's like, really? It's like, well, you know what? Yes, really. Oh, Ms. Rita, I love that. Thank you for being there. Thank you. So you can bury tonight for Beltane. I'm going to add a couple more things to my box and to my jar when we're done here tonight. And then I'm going to bury either tonight or tomorrow for Beltane. You can bury tonight. If you buried Wednesday, you're fine. If you want to wait to bury till 5/5, which is Sunday, that's fine too. Kind of can't mess that up. I would do it this weekend, though. Okay, I wouldn't wait till Monday. Does that make sense? Good stuff, you guys. All right. And so, guardians of the 7 sacred gateways, we're here now to say thank you to you. We send our wishes, our intentions in your hands now, upon your wings, upon the 7 sacred winds. We release our dream tonight. We trust you to manifest it in perfect time. We're going to watch it unfold with faith and trust. We believe, we know what is possible. We know that there are no limits in the energetic realm. There are only limits in the material realm. And we create our own limits by imagining what that could be. Instead of creating limits tonight, we're creating possibilities. We're opening doorways tonight. And we sit in divine excitement for what is about to happen in our lives. And I will celebrate your achievements as much as I celebrate my own. And so, guardians of the lower realm, with such love and gratitude, we release you tonight. We thank you for allowing us to plug into Gaia's own crystalline matrix. We thank you for the ancestral wisdom that you brought to our circle. Guardians of the middle world, we release you with gratitude. Thank you for our beautiful community. Thank you for the resources at our fingertips. Thank you for our beautiful planet. And thank you for our connection to each other across space and time. We release you with gratitude. Guardians of the upper realm, thank you for the wisdom, the inspiration, the divine love. Thank you for helping us to see through different dimensional eyes what is possible for ourselves. We release you with gratitude. Guardians of the Northern Gateway, thank you for strength and thank you for courage. Thank you for grounding. Thank you for grandfatherly wisdom and support and nurturing. Thank you for reminding us that all shall be well. We release you with gratitude from the circle. Guardians of the West, we thank you for healing. We thank you for divine flow of prosperity and water medicine tonight to help move through and past obstacles in our path. We thank you for the ability to stay fluid in our lives, to stay open, to stay vulnerable. We thank you for the nurturing of the mother, knowing that we're always held and loved in an unconditional way. We release you with gratitude. Guardians of the South, thank you for helping us release fear tonight. That was the big medicine of the evening. Help us to keep that fear at bay. Help us to be courageous. Help us to have stamina. Help us to be curious. Help us to be playful. Help us not to take it all so seriously. Help us to engage snake medicine in the South of transformation, fox medicine in the South of curiosity and duplicity. Help us to stay open to all possibilities as we move into this next cycle of manifestation. We release you from the ceremony space. And then Guardians of the East, we thank you for opening the door tonight. We thank you for a new way of thinking, a new way of operating, a new way of moving in our life. We thank you for spaciousness. We thank you for untapped potential. We thank you for an open mind. We thank you for a little bit of laughter. And we release you from the ceremony space. And with that, as we let the energy unwind across our circle counterclockwise, it's all going to come back to you in your left hand. I like to turn my hands with my palms facing down and send all this beautiful energy that we raised down to Gaia. Gaia, we ask that you receive this energy on our behalf, that you transform it into usable white light and spread it across our planet in all directions to those who need it at this time. Amen, aho. So it is. Happy new moon, everybody. Are the rings all gone? Good, because I'm going to go do ceremony with them right now. That means I'll have everybody's with me, which is really cool. I'm actually going to make a grid out of them. And then I'm going to put each one on a finger and bless it and blow my breath over it and set an intention for each ring, for each bearer. So I'm really excited for you to receive your rings. April, you don't have to bury. It's a great question. She's asking how deep to bury her belting box that we made. Not that deep. It's all biodegradable. So you just want to cover. I usually just leave an inch or two above and just know that it's all going to be taken down and in and through, and Pachamama herself will compost that energy for you and return it to you in a good form. And I'm excited. I am truly excited to see what this year brings for you. And like I said, I will be there celebrating with you every step of the way. And I want to thank you for celebrating with me, because tonight was a big deal. You know, the announcement of our acquisition of Rotoco is probably one of the biggest announcements of the year. And so thank you for being there to celebrate with me on this new moon. And so enjoy. I am going to, after I sign off, like I said, right now, I'm going to finish my honey jar and my belting box. And then I'm going to dedicate and consecrate your rings. And then I will look forward to seeing you. We have a couple of events and classes happening next week. That's a great question, Carla. I like to bury, typically I bury in the east. When I bury ash or I bury sacred offerings to Pachamama, I bury in the east. I'm going to bury, though, these tools in the southeast because that's the direction of prosperity according to Feng Shui. And so in the southeast of your garden is a beautiful place. Or in a southeastern direction of a pot, you know what I mean? You don't have to have a full garden to bury it. Aho to that, you guys. No, the honey jar is going to go in my cabinet with my other honey jars. You can put it on your altar. It should be somewhere near you. It doesn't have to be out and on display. But I like to add things to my honey jar all year as I feel called. New wishes, new intentions, new visions. And so it's kind of an all-purpose tool, and you should keep it somewhere where you can reach it when you need to. Oh, that's beautiful, Debbie. I love that. Thanks, you guys. So if you missed the announcement tonight, you can go to Facebook and watch my live there and learn more about it. We bought a gemstone company in January named Rotoco. And so that means Sage Goddess is going to be coming to all of the large gem trade shows around the United States to a neighborhood near you. It also means that that's the launch of Sage Goddess Wholesale. And so if you have a resale license and an online or physical shop related to metaphysics in any way, that you can now shop wholesale on sagegoddess.com. You'll want to register your account, and then we'll get back to you. And once you're approved, you can get shopping. If you have a metaphysical shop near you where you would love to see Sage Goddess and Rotoco products, you can refer them to that splash page, and then they can register and have our products shipped right to their shop. which is nice and easy and convenient. So thank you for that. All right, you guys. Well, enjoy. Have a beautiful weekend wherever you are. Thank you so much for being here. This was one of my favorite new moon rituals of all time. And I hope it was yours too. And I hope you really feel the blessings and the support of the guardians of the 7 sacred gateways around you. They're with you now, and may they be with you for the whole year ahead. I look forward to seeing you soon. So much love from my heart to yours, you guys. Take good care.